Okay, so what this is all about, showing the unwrapping. It's part one. It's going to be the unwrapping of the Boateye360, and there's some pictures there, and obviously you can see the way this was sent, quite well labelled all over it. It was sent to me in Queensland, Australia, and 6th of January, and today is the 13th of January, so it's taken 1 week to get here from when it was purchased. Quite impressive, Drew. You've done well, mate. So yeah, it's labelled on this side and this side and on the top to make sure it finds me. So like I say, this part is just the unwrapping. What I'm obviously expecting is to get the camera, the monitor, and the wiring for the monitor. But in addition to that, I said to Drew what I want is to mount it in my boat in this fashion. You'll see in part 2 or 3, and then the camera will sit on top. So that's pretty much what I'm after. It's nothing more than the camera on top of the boat in front of my radar, which is not as whiz bang flash and big as that one. I use mine for accident avoidance, not finding other people's fishing spots. So here we go. I'll open this up. I told Drew that I'd do an unpacking, and I'd do an installation, and I'd do an operation. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Each one will be from start to finish, one single sweep. I don't know how to splice these things. It's my first YouTube, to be honest. So if it's raw and crude, I'm a little bit like Drew in that respect. He's an engineer, he's not a photogenic camera genius, just like myself. So here we have it, the packet. Oh, it's quite impressive. Boateye360. We'll put that aside for a second. There's evidence where I am, Queensland, Australia. And he said he sent me some additional wires, which is great. I'll sort them out. One's power and one's obviously connectivity from the monitor to the camera. And there's an extra power. He said he sent me spare, which is great. So just going through it here. This is where we find out, Drew, whether or not you've given me the the bracket you told me that you were going to add. Hopefully it's in there. Let's see. Oh, maybe you've changed them. That's the new rear mounted ones perhaps, which is fine with me. So this is the screen, and that's the normal bracket, which sits underneath like it would do with most depth sounders and other monitors on a dash. And then this here is the screen. Not bad, not bad, quite impressive. So that'll be the touch screen. I'm quite happy with that. And I assume these somehow or other engage that there, and then similar to this one here, they sit, hey, it looks the same actually. That one's white, mine's black. Very good. Let's have a zoom in on that and see if that's what we're looking at. Yeah, that's the same. Very good. Thank you for that, Drew. That's impressive. Black rear mounts, base mount, and that screen. I guess I'll figure out what they are when I've done the installation and we get to that particular part. Let's see. I suppose the other thing to look at, what you want to see, is the camera. Let's unpack the camera. Hope people aren't getting motion sickness from me with this camera on my head, but that's the way it goes. Boateye360. Very well packaged, I've got to admit. It's a solid piece of freight box. I'll have to find a use for that after this. Warning, boat up, power wiring. I'll read through that in more detail when it comes time to install. And this is the bit that I look forward to seeing. A button for power, I guess. Once again, we'll figure that out when we do the install. So, putting that to one side, that's it. Nice. Won't do too much with it, except to say I like it. It's a very tidy piece of equipment. It's quite heavy. It's solid. I'm going to say it's marine grade stainless steel. I don't know what that is. Couple of little pins. Another one of those. I'll figure those out and I'll let you know when I start doing an installation. But not much more to say than that. That's say the box. It's quite on off. Don't know. Nothing more to say on this. That's the unpacking. Thanks for sending it promptly, Drew, and getting it to me safely. And to be honest, could have almost fallen from the sky and I'd probably still get it in reasonable shape in that box. And now all I have to do is install it similar to that in my boat, and I'll be a happy chappy cruising around dusk and dawn, leaving pre-dawn and coming home after dark and safely navigating it back into the boat ramp and not running over people's little boats that sometimes anchor in the channels. And that's about it for now. Cheers.